Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Game 5 for all the marbles. Starting to feel just a little bit better from the old sickness. So I get a little bit more energy. I also just had a coffee, so that helps. But just off the back of that loss on Bamboo Grove, have to come in onto this next one here with Kronos. Just to speak about the draft a little bit, I had two gods left. I had Gaia and Kronos. He has Isis and Loki. And, well, Gaia, I don't think is a terrible pick into Loki. I think there's a bit of legacy bias there. I think that Gaia actually does okay in that matchup. But Kronos obviously does really well against Loki because of the Kara Ballista and all the siege bonuses and all the stuff that comes from that. Also, the ability to put early pressure onto the Norse is really, really good. And then Kronos and Gaia, I don't know, much of a muchness for me. I think both gods are very, very good into Isis. So effectively here, going into game number 5, we have gotten ourselves a really good matchup. I think this is going to be a really, really good one for me. There's two types of maps here with Alfheim that I got to be worried about. So I already have noticed what the map we're playing on is. It's back town center Alfheim with a safe gold mine. I know that he has a safe gold mine now. That's what this means. If I have a town center here and there's this gold mine, this means he's got a safe gold mine. So either I have to somehow deny him getting his town center up, which is a bit impossible, very, very, very difficult. I have to deny it, or I have to break through it if I want to stay one town center. And to be completely frank, not possible. So this is a very, very two town center map, very two town center centric. I don't really think there's another good strategy here. Maybe, just maybe, if his map is really, really bad with forward berries, forward chickens. I do get some oracles coming in here. If we take a quick look at the map, he does have forward chickens, but he's got back berries. And I just, realistically, this is one of the changes that I like the least from the recent patch is the change to the food in base. A lot of people complained saying it was impossible to attack people in their base. That they're obviously wrong. If my opponent here finished up on his hunt a little bit earlier, he has to move over onto his next food, which would be the berries, which means they're going to finish even faster, which means then he's going to have to move on to his chickens, and I can give him a big, big piece of my mind. But when it's just 400 food, like, I don't care. I like have it. I'm not going to be able to do anything. So effectively here, I'm just like, hands off the steering wheel. We're going to be playing a defensive game. So I do move my temple forward. He's got obelisk really, really well placed. I'm literally, I think I make a mistake here. I should not have moved into his base with these Prometheans. It's just no point realistically. I should have poked and then gone, okay, let's retreat back and just knock down all the obelisks. But I try and go for a villager kill with this one, or that's my intention, is to go for a villager kill as we hit the next age. My plan here is to literally just go for a far second town center. Had a little bit of problems with my macro. Must say I have not done this very often with Kronos. Don't have a very specific build order. But nonetheless, we wander in. We see the monument to the villagers, the temple, the villagers on this gold mine here. He's going to turn and fight. I almost get that villager, but I mean, it's just not possible. Like with anyone at this level is going to macro away, and you're not going to get the kill. So I think, yeah, a little bit too aggressive for me. Should have just gone and cleaned up the obelisks, called it a day, grabbed my town center, had my Prometheans alive. Losing these isn't the worst thing in the world because I do get some food back. You can see when the Promethean dies, I just get a little bit of food back. So it's not the worst thing in the world. And some favor as well. But yeah, basically my plan here is to get a really nice boom. And I'm looking for a second or a third gold mine. Control. That's my game plan here. I know the map. I can see my side of the map. I can see gold mine here, gold mine here, gold mine here. That's 3. If I take a look at the actual map, I can show you that it's also 3 for my opponent. 1, 2, 3. So all I need is effectively 3 palace. 3 palaces to kick him off the gold, or at the very least force him onto one position on the map. If he can spread out across the map, then it's going to be a bit of a tricky thing for me. Next thing I'm worried about here is what is he actually building? Now, the good thing about playing against Isis is you can almost guess what your opponent's doing based on their classical age god, minor god. He goes through Anubis here. So I go, oh, he's going for barracks units. That's generally what that means. Otherwise, why would you go Anubis? You can just go for Bast, get stronger economy, and then go for your Migdol units, right? So right now I'm like, okay, he's going for barracks units. I'm going to go for Satyr. Satyr are the bread and butter for Atlanteans for killing off those low HP units, because you just go in, you throw the special ability, retreat back, wait for it to come off cooldown, do it again, and all of those guys are going to have a very, very difficult time. You've also got Chaos to kill off Axemen or Slingers if he's going to go for that. So that's my plan. I'm going to try and get to the Heroic Age nice and quick, and if he comes in and tries to raid me with his barracks units, which he hasn't shown me just yet, I'll just retreat back onto my cows and we'll be fine. I'll get watchtowers and it's gonna be completely fine. I try and get as many of these berries as I possibly can, obviously. After I hit the heroic age, I really don't need much food income. I just need enough to build out villages onto for my 2 town centers, because I'm basically just going for wood and gold based army. Satyr, Arcus, Caraballister, Terma, those sorts of units against the full barracks army of an Isis. So that's what I'm thinking. And I throw up some military barracks here, ready to start making myself those Arcus or whatever else. Get some actual Mimilo out as well to try and deal with this Cenobite. I can basically just shank against this Cenobite because I have these Valors. I do have one hero citizen over here as well. He drops Plague of Serpents down. Now, I got two things I can do against this. Like, either I can just leave this spot, put these villagers over onto wood, move these villagers off wood here, put them over onto gold, and then come and clean this up a little bit later. Or I can just turn around and just shoot these down. The snakes don't do anything really. You just have to, it's just a bit of idle time. This probably did about 100 to 200 resources worth of damage. I'm really not upset about that, to be honest. Back onto gold and we're good to go. Finish up on the chickens, over to the cows. And yeah, I'm noticing that he's not going for any attack. So I'm a little confused. Now you can see that I'm basically blind here. The fact of the matter is, because I'm going for a fast heroic off of 2 town centers, I don't get map control. I don't get to see what my opponent's doing. I could have gone for a handful of units, pushed out, tried to be on these deer a little bit, tried to be on these berries, tried to be over here on these berries, but no, this is my game plan, so I'm sticking to it. But yeah, he's gone for a heroic age, and I go, oh, wait, so does that mean he's still going for barracks units? It's a pretty quick heroic age. 8 minutes and 30 seconds. It's pretty competitive. So he hasn't built any military units. I know that already. So what's he doing? Well, he can't be going for a fast mythic, right? Like, with Anubis, he's not going to have that eclipse. So Ancestor's Eclipse isn't going to do anything to me. And then if he goes for Thoth, no worries. It's all good. I still think he's making barracks units here. So I throw down a couple more military barracks for ready to build out these satyrs and Arcus and everything else. And then he clicks Ancestors, and I get absolutely demolished by that pathing block here. Misclick my thing over here. I do manage to take out the Scorpion Man. I'm trying to keep my villagers alive. Great control from him. Picks off another citizen here. This is an absolute nightmare. I bring my villagers over here for some reason. Don't ask me why. I don't have a good answer. I got these citizens over here as well that I don't pull back just yet. I got my Satyr out, which do get some good damage. I lose another citizen. Absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. This and another citizen goes down. Oh my god. This is this is proper bad. I had a ridiculous economic advantage here moving forward, and now I don't. Not only that, my villages that I wanted to be working are still not working. So I get them back to work now, finally. Look, sometimes in the stress of tournaments, the brain just doesn't function. Like, I don't have to do anything. I can just... That's a heroic age god power. I'm okay with losing like 6-7 villages of idle time for a little bit here while I wait for my satyr to come over and clean up those minions. It's not a big deal. I don't know why I wanted him to pop out and work for me and try and min-max the defense. Like, I didn't need to do it. Nonetheless, we're going up for the palace. I still haven't seen any of these... barracks units that I'm expecting. And I go, huh. Okay. So, of all the strategies he can possibly do, he's not building any units. He doesn't have any barracks units. What could he potentially be doing here? Well, effectively, it's just a fast mythic, right? And I go, oh, if he's going for a fast mythic here, that means he's going into Migdol units. So, I don't go for Arcus at all. I'm going for something else. I need to go for my palace. I'm still going to go for my palace idea, right? I want to restrict him from getting out onto the map. That's my game plan. But the unit composition I need here is actually Catapeltes. And it's actually Terma. Because he's going to be going for Camel Rider and Chariots. So I expand around the map. I'm looking for anything here. He does have a couple of priests out. Well played to him. Sending my satyr back. I'm literally just trying to find... He's had a granary out here. So he had villagers out here at some point. I imagine... My guess here is that these villagers are being brought back home, but I just want to make sure that they're not. He's not sneaking this gold mine. And look, there is a wall over here. So I know that he's over on this side somewhere with something. And this is really good for me. If I can stop this wall from going up, then I can... send my Murmillo over here, break through this wooden wall. I can find those villagers, kill them off, and then we can get ourselves a little bit of that loss back. Unnecessary as it might be, we can get some of that loss back. So now I'm searching down. I need to get over here and see what's happening. He might have a Migdol or something over there. But nonetheless, there's his Mythic Age. We poke through and... just searching for the villagers, and they do indeed come back to my satyr. My satyr can kill them all off. Happy days. And we're good to go. So, behind all this, I still haven't quite got my brain quite working here. I'm actually making Arcus, but I need counter barracks. I'm getting myself the heavy range soldiers. I'm getting myself the ballistics here as well. I'm getting myself heavy infantry. But realistically, the unit that I need, first and foremost here, is going to be Terma. It's going to be Destroyer. It's going to be Catapelti. These Arcus are completely fine. I still think that he's going to be building Spearmen, by the way. Like, yes, he's probably going to be going for Chariot Archer, Camel Riders, but I still think he's going to be making Spearmen. So I do need to have those. But, like, even in the moment, I see now the Chariot Archers are out. I'm going to make a couple of Contarius so that I can chase them around. I'm making some Terma as well, just to deal with them with ballistics and heavy upgrades. All of a sudden, the Terma do really, really well versus these Chariot Archers. In the next moment that I can, I should put a couple more counter barracks down, and we are going to be getting ourselves now the Catapeltes for Camel Riders, basically, right? That's what I'm worried about. And we do catch him out a little bit. Managed to, well, get almost a pick. But we've got our one palace down up here. We've got our one palace over here. So I just need to get over to this spot and over to this spot. That's it. And the other thing I need to make sure is that I don't do anything stupid like try and go to the Mythic Age. Because if I go to the Mythic Age, I'm gonna be giving him time to set up on a position and get himself a monument set up, and then it's just kind of pointless going to the Mythic Age versus Isis, I think. Unless you've obviously got excess resources, right? Like if you got the resources, then sure. But I need to make sure that I'm fully popped and have full control of the map. So we get our palace up over here. I do have these really powerful destroyers to help tank against Chariot Archers. He comes over with the Chariot Archers. He manages to snipe a villager. Nice job to him. I'm still making a whole swath of units probably should be just Catapulties, Terma, but because I had all these barracks down, because I thought he was going into barracks units, like, yeah, it is what it is, so we have to just keep on going for that. It's my infrastructure problem there. Get a couple more counter barracks down a little bit later and build more of those units to deal with this ball of units, but he's now committed to those chariot archers, and I go, okay, if you're going to go into chariot archers here, that's fine. It literally is fine. I've got heavy infantry, heavy cavalry, heavy archers. I got these satyr. I know that there's a meteor that's going to be used on my army. Just don't use it on my villages. Don't hit my villages, hit my army, and I'll just rebuild it. That's my plan. Farms going up all over the place. I think I make a bit of a mistake here by putting my farms around my town center. There's no need to do this. Just put them around the outside of the base a little bit, around towers maybe, so that the meteors, if they use it on your base, doesn't really do a whole lot. As he does charge in, there's the meteor. I have to pull back. He uses it straight onto my back army there. And luckily he does hit his own army to sort of delay any sort of damage. I take a huge amount of damage here, but this is just part of the game plan. I know that this is going to happen. I just have to rebuild my army and pull back, and then we're going to take another fight. We got Chaos. All of his camel riders are good against themselves, so Chaos is really, really good versus this, and that's what we're going to do. So Chaos onto just the camel riders, and the Catapulties infantry can absolutely clean those all up. And even though he's got a huge amount more population than me, my army is very, very nice. Got to bring in the boys to start shanking down on the back position here. And we got defender's advantage. And we got all of these resources coming. The Arcus to come through to try and deal with the Phoenix as well. Have to make a hero Arcus or two, which we do. He manages to pick up a couple of citizen, but we're already up to nearly full population. He does manage to kill off my palace on the front, which is not ideal. That was the position I wanted to hold him to. But I know that he's going to be struggling for gold right now. So it's as simple as let's get out onto the map. Let's attack this position and go from there. I do manage to get a nice palace up over on this side as well. Could have been a smart idea to just wall this off as well, but unfortunately not just yet. And we can start pushing in. So we got our satyrs back out. We got ourselves our catapulties, our destroyers, everything here. This is so difficult for this army to beat at the moment. And also, he can't really build spearmen here either, because of the satyr. The satyr will, or axemen actually. The satyr will actually just absolutely demolish those. As we break through the camel riders, and you can see from his population up the top, he is really struggling here to rebuild stuff. Even just looking at his blob, where basically full pop, plenty of economy, and he is going to be getting pushed off of this gold mine. Not only that, I also mined a hefty amount of this gold mine out, so this isn't even a good gold mine for him to be on. So yeah, just spamming units, banning buildings. I probably need a couple more buildings out at this point as well, but you know, tournament jitters and things like that. Can't be playing amazingly. And we can get a sneaky little palace back up onto this spot to put some pressure onto the gold mine. He is coming over onto our Arcus, but we've got the catapulties to pick off those camel riders. And if anybody understands how the Arcus work, Arcus versus chariot archers sort of interaction, the Arcus are pretty good versus chariot archers. If the chariot archers micro, it becomes a little bit more challenging, but Tiger Boss is just sort of sitting here with the chariot archers and clicking A moves, so this is completely fine for us. But there's just not that many units there at all, and we're good to go. So we push him off the gold mine, and we're able to continue along with our plan here. Now, again, I don't really need to go to the Mythic Age. Like, I could, but why go to the Mythic Age right now when my army is already winning? Why not secure this town center and go from there? That's basically what I'm thinking. I'm after 5 games, I'm already tired. It's just so bad. I'm looking at this guy. Oh god, this is not good at all. Making some hero units as well, just to make sure that no sort of myth unit spam comes my way. I kind of expect it with no gold scorpion men probably going to come out at this stage, because you can't really build anything else. But yeah, a little bit slow on grabbing this town center. Probably should have been here building it already as he comes over to take another fight. He has managed to get himself to full pop, so realistically, I just want to take another fight. I've got all the income in the world, so happy days. My SO-TRESS go to town on those chariot archers as well. So long as the camel riders don't get on top of my Arcus, I'm very, very happy. So long as the priests don't kill my SO-TRESS, I'm also very, very happy. Dude, this is just so bad. I got so many units in the queue. Ah! Is what it is. But game plan wise, we managed to hold really, really nicely onto this position. And it's just a matter of strangling the ISIS here from this point onwards. He does have a really hefty amount of chariot archers, but no pushing power for the moment. He does a great job here of getting through with the camel riders, but for whatever reason, they just sort of ran around and did nothing, and they all died before they even managed to kill anything off. And yeah, again, like you can just continue to take this fight with the Arcus. If he's not going to micro it, then the Arcus are just getting huge, like they're just getting a good DPS win here. So it's champion chariot archers versus heavy Arcus, but my heavy Arcus are doing a good amount of damage here because of upgrades. I've got my armor upgrades coming through, and it's really good. So he does manage to sneak through over here, stops me getting my town center up. That's fine. I will walk over there and deal with that now that I've limited his army numbers. But he will be getting himself this town center up potentially. I imagine he doesn't have gold for it, but he's building it anyways, which is even better for me. 550 gold that you don't have getting invested into a town center. Very, very happy on that one. And now we just have to come over and kill it. Destroyers are really good at taking down town centers. If you guys haven't tried using destroyers before, I do recommend. They're a really, really strong unit, especially with. Actually, they're not. I don't think they get the bonus that Kronos gets for losing siege. But anyways, they're still really good at taking down buildings. We can kill the town center off, and there's not really much else the Tiger Boss can do here. So, absolutely silly game, stressful game, mistake-ridden game, terrible game, but entertaining to say the very least. And that's our mantra for this tournament. I don't pretend to be someone who is playing this game perfectly. I'm someone who plays this game for fun, and sometimes when you make some serious mistakes in the game, that's where fun really, really happens. But well played to Tiger Boss. This series was as stressful as it was. This series was a lot of fun. We had a couple of really, really good matchups, really good games. Highlight for me was the Midgard game. You don't get to do those sorts of games very often, and in a tournament no less. Was a lot of fun. But good luck to him for the rest of the tournament. He's got some other group stage games to play. We'll see if he can take some off the big hitters in the group, Chemo and Rappel. Hopefully we can do well against them as well in our next game. But our next game is on Sunday at, I believe, 13 GMT. So if you want to watch that live, I will be casting my point of view for that. Or not casting, I will be streaming my point of view there. So on Twitch. So make sure you tune in, 13 GMT. And if you've got any sort of criticism, comments about the format, about my gameplay, etc., let me know, and we'll try and do better in the next one. Anyways, make sure you subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next game.